everybody. Welcome back to the library. Can you look at the books and see if you can figure out what I'm thinking about today? Not sure yet? How about you use your ears for this one? That's right. It's a bird call. Let's listen to it again. That particular call is one of a red-winged blackbird, and I've noticed them returning to the ponds around my home. And I love to hear that call because it means that summer's coming. Spring is here and summer's on its way. You'll find red-winged blackbirds around ponds. They like to perch on cattails and catch insects around the water. I bet you've noticed some birds coming back through after a long winter down south. They're coming back north, they're migrating. And we see a lot of different birds around where we live. In spring, you see different birds than you do in the fall. But let's try another bird call and see if you can figure this one out. Does it sound familiar? Listen again, and I'll give you a hint. It's also the state bird of Kentucky. It's a cardinal. So how am I getting all these sounds? I know some of you remember when we did have a bird in the library. Matter of fact, it's happened twice this year when I opened the windows. They just can't help themselves. But actually today, I'm using a device right here. And you have these different cards that you put in, and you can learn the bird calls. So that way, if you learn the calls, you don't even have to see a bird. You can hear it, you can identify it, and then you know if it makes this sound, then you can hear where the sound is coming from and look for a bright red cardinal. Or if it's a female, it's more brown colored. So if I'm thinking about birds in the library, what kind of connections do you make there? You can find information about birds. You can look at, I'm sure you all are familiar with these books. A lot of you have even checked out a lot of them. They're called field guides, and they have pictures of outlines of birds. They have pictures of birds you would see inside. So where would you find books about birds in the library? Nonfiction. And what would their call number be? Let's look at this one closely. In the high 500s, 598 usually for birds. Let's look around the library and see where that would be. Right over in that section. So today I wanted to talk about birds because I think that you would like to do a few activities now that the weather's getting nice and the sun's out. That would be interesting to do about birds. So I wanted to show you this particular book. This is called The Robin Makes a Laughing Sound, a Birder's Journal. And since this is also Poetry Week, or Poetry Month, April's Poetry Month, this book is interesting. It has poems in addition to some of the observations that the author has made. Let's take a look. Robins come in springtime. In summer they nest here. Warblers are just passing through. Cardinals stay all year. Juncos come in winter. Thrushes in the fall. Some birds never come here. I don't see them at all. So that was a poem, a rhyming poem. And then let's take a look at another page. This entry is from March 26th. March 26th, I saw a cardinal and a robin perched in the same young maple, both singing. And the robin makes a laughing sound, reminding me to look around. And then the author is reminded of that rhyme and writes this poem. The robin makes a laughing sound. It makes me stop to look around, to see what the robin sees. Fresh new leaves on twigs of trees, a strong high branch on which to rest, a safe dry ledge to hold its nest. The robin makes a laughing sound. I stop, I always look around. March 26th. That was not too long ago. Let's look at another entry. This one is from April 23rd. April 23rd, first sighting of a whitethroat. I've been hearing them for about 3 days. And there's a little drawing of a white-throated sparrow and a plant that the author saw, a bloodroot. And taped just below that, it says, birds I know are nesting here. Robin, cardinal, chickadee, blue jay, mourning dove, kestrel, pigeon, starling, louse sparrow, crow, downy woodpecker, goldfinch. Baby house sparrows flopping around on the sidewalk. So this bird journal has all kinds of information of what the author, the journal maker, has seen. Also, the author uses seasons to describe what they're seeing. So there's a list of birds that they might see in the fall, and at the bottom you see there's a picture of a Cooper's hawk. So a bird journal is not unusual. Maybe you all have made some journals before. I'm going to attach some links with your assignment that will help you, if you want to do more, how to make a bird journal, and some activities that you can do during your time at home. If you're lucky enough to be able to get out and do some walking, maybe you take a pencil and some paper with you. Draw what you see, draw a bird you see, or take notes on how big the bird was. Was it bigger than a loaf of bread? Was it smaller than a deck of cards? Something like that. Use something to compare it to. What tree was it in? What did the tree look like? What color was it? Did it have a long pointy beak or a small hooked beak? Did it have webbed feet? If you come up with something, you make a good drawing or observation, feel free to send a copy to me, send a photo of it, and maybe I can post it and share it on your page. So take this time, enjoy the birds, see what you can learn, and see you next time at the library.